Hi everyone, I am out here with my cedar garden bed. That's what it's called. You might have seen me put this together a few days ago. Well, I have this spring fever, as they say, and right now it still is not the right time to try to put flowers out in the ground right now. So I'm taking advantage of my cedar bed. I'm gonna put just a few things here in my garden, and this little raised bed, cedar garden bed that I have here. I just want to see the colors and things like that. I did mention to some people that right now wasn't the time to put flowers in the in-ground. Also, it's not the time to even put plants in the ground like collards and tomatoes and squash, whatever kind of plants you find, you all, it's still not the time, because right now we're still having some freeze going on. It's still freezing. The temperature is still, getting down low. So it's very hard to protect your plants. But if you're gonna put them outside like that, then you're gonna have to try to protect your plants as the best you can. You can try to cover them up and everything like that. But by this vegetation being so tender, then a lot of times, I'm sorry to tell you, it's gonna succumb to the cold weather. So if you could just wait just a little bit longer, what I would suggest is find you a place in your house somewhere to put your plants. Maybe you have an empty room or something like that. If you're gonna buy these vegetable plants and fruit plants and all of this stuff and flowers, then to find somewhere to put it. And it would need to be somewhere where it's not gonna be 40, 30 something degrees below freezing. So that's what I would suggest to you all, just to do something like that. Also too, it's not hard to start a garden. It's my dogs in the background. Just like this soil here, the soil I have here, this soil, it's a mixture of in-ground soil and it's a mixture of potting soil. It's just the way I do mine. To me, it helps keeps the moisture in. This potting soil gives that little extra stuff, and it makes it so your dirt don't get really hard. And also too, hint, when you're pulling your flowers like this out of your container, then you will need a good soil. Like, I'm going to just give you a hint, like the Miracle Grow in-ground soil. That's really good to put that exactly around the plant once you pull it out and get ready to plant it. But also when you pull your plants out, I would say too, let me see if I can adjust my camera a little bit here. Okay, flower bed. Trying to get this flower bed here. I would say when you take your plants out, you all, someone came loose. This here, you need to break this here up. See this? You need to break it up. Break it up, fluff it around before you plant it. And I do have some of this soil in my bucket, which I'm going to show you. And this is about the only hint I'm going to give you. Like I said, I'm not really endorsing anyone's product, because I'm not endorsing anyone's product because I'm not getting paid for it. But for the ones that are having a hard time trying to grow some things, this soil will help you. And you take this particular soil and put it around your plants. When you take them out of the bucket, I'm going to show you in just a minute, but let me get the bag. It's torn. Just like this. Turn the camera. Put my plants here. See what it says? Let's move this here. Miracle Grow. Garden soil, all purpose. Miracle Grow right there. And here, you want to flip it around. I already torn the top of the bag. Garden soil. All purpose. And it says for in-ground use. And you all, it's used for flowers and vegetables and all of that. But the only thing I'm going to use this mainly for is when I'm putting my flowers in my other soil, then I'm going to just put this around my flowers. You can put it around your vegetables too. That's the only hint I'm going to really give. But when it comes to doing your garden, when it comes to you all planting your flowers or vegetables, whatever you want to do, then I would say there are a lot of soil, in-ground soil you can use. And it really doesn't matter, because I think a lot of times it's all, it's all in about the same, but it's just, they might just, it depends on what company I have. You'll put my name on the bag. But the most important thing to do is just make sure that you mix whatever in-ground soil you get, mix it with potting soil. And you see all kinds of, bags that says potting, Potting, potting soil. It makes a big difference as far as locking in the moisture. Because some people say, oh, my soil is just so hard around my flowers. If you do that, your soil is not going to be it's not going to be real hard around your flowers. If you mix it in that way, it's not going to be hard like that. And potting soil is not that expensive. And this soil is not that expensive either. Regular in-ground soil. Also, when it comes to like the Miracle Grow soil I was showing you a few minutes ago, in-ground use, all-purpose garden soil, which you can use for the vegetables, like I say, and the flowers. I think that bag cost me about $5. So if you want to do gardening, and if you're really serious about it, you don't have to spend a lot of money in trying to get started. I know you see a lot of videos where people have a lot of different things that they're putting into their soil, but most of the time when you get this soil that's in a bag, it has mainly what you need. So the soil is pretty much balanced. So you don't need to spend a lot of money in trying to have a garden. If someone can show me something different, then let me know. Because as you can see, I've had a garden for years, and I just I just showed my first garden, I think, last year. But I've had a garden for years, and I haven't had to do all that stuff that some of the people say you need to do in order to have a garden. Like I stated, I was raised on a farm, and there's just a lot of things I know how to do. And the main thing is you just have to, look at your plants, and you got to make sure that you remove the weeds and things like that, and that they're water, and make sure you water them at the right time and all of that. Don't be too lazy to get up and water your plants and try to water them when it's hot outside and all that kind of stuff. Whether it's vegetable plants or whether it's flowers, you just have to take a little love with them and take a little time, because they're just like raising, I would say your pet, or raising your children. You have to show them some love. You got to respect them as whatever they are, and show them some love. And just take that little extra time, because if you don't put the time and invest the time in it, then you're not going to have a good garden. If you don't invest the time in your family, your children, then they're gonna, their outcome is not gonna be great. Things they could have done or would have been, all of that. The bottom line is take time with things. do right by it. Do right by yourself. Gardening is very therapeutic. If you're not a gardener and you say, oh, I don't want to do all of that, then just get you a plant. Get your plant. But still, you're going to need to repot that plant too. Get your beautiful pot to repot it and get you some garden soil. You know, hey, you might end up spending about $8 for soil, but who knows? Once you get that one plant, and it start, growing on you and everything and thriving, then you might decide you want to get another plant and then another one, then another one. See, so that soil you got, it won't be going to waste. And like I stated, the soil, it's not very expensive anyway, you all. What becomes expensive is when you get to add in all this different stuff that people are trying to get you to buy, and that's really like endorsing their products and endorsing other people's products. And you don't need all of that. Not even for a garden. You don't need all of that stuff. Okay, let's get started with planting, putting the flowers in the flower bed. This is the soil I was telling you about. I'll just put some in a bucket, you all. This is the Miracle Grow. My dogs are still over here doing their thing. So, like I said, I know how, these are petunias. See, these are petunias. And these petunia, they did cost me, well, $2.98. But you all, they can really get big on you though. So that's like $3. Hey, you can't even get a hamburger for $3 now. Unless it's a piece of bread and some cheese. And one slice of meat. Okay, let's put this down here. Camera down here. Let's try to see. Can you see? Okay, I want you to be able to see this here. Okay. I would say if you see me digging this soil, you all, and you have some instructions too if you want that. A lot of times you get all this down to the bottom. You can dig your hole out pretty deep here. And I would say, use all of that too, because that helps with keeping it moist. Put all of that, so I'll dump the rest of that was in there out. It's got me a little hole here, or well, as they say. And in this flower bed, you all, I have put my fabric, landscape fabric, in the bottom of this garden bed. So I don't know whether you can see or not. I got a little hole, little well. I said little well in here. Put it down here so you can see the little hole. Hope you can see the hole. Yeah, you should be able to see that. It's the hole I'm talking about. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some of that soil I was talking about in there. Let's do it like this. See? I'm just putting this around like this. And this is the Miracle Grow soil. It's lining this little hole. Take my hand. As you can see, I'm trying to hold this camera with one hand. And I'm going to actually place this around this plant. And I want to put a tight seal around it. But like I was saying, when you take it out of the bucket, loosen that dirt up around it. Just loosen it up. And I'd already done this one. Now see, okay, put a little bit more of this here. Try to use one hand. Push your dirt around here. That dirt around here. Pretty much like that. And see this here soil here that's been mixed with the potting soil, all of that, you all? Put that around there. Just put it around there and help keep it nice and moist. This is a petunia. And petunia have the tendency, they spread. They, you can have this one bunch of petunias here, and they will spread. Of course, you put your little water on it. That's all you do. That was broke when I got it. The only thing about when you buy flowers, it's hard to find a perfect flower that some of the stem is not going to be broken. So do that. Move down. And this right here is a Viola. Viola cost me $148. Never had these before, but I'm going to see how they do. Okay. So, let's come over here. Get me a well here. It's not going to take that much. Hope you can see that. Okay. Trying to get my flower out. Trying to do it with one hand. Put my camera down for a minute, you. I'm gonna have to pull this out. Squeeze the bucket a little bit. Try to pop it out. See all of that right there? All of this. I'm gonna loosen all that up. Now, so just put some of it in a hole already, you all. Stimulate these roots. Just stimulate it. Miracle grow in the hole here. Put it around the flower. So I did the other one. Putting it around the flower. Hope you can see this. Then I'm going to put some of this soil around it. It's always windy when I'm trying to show something. You don't want the soil packed around the plant, you all. You don't want that. Okay, there's another one. It's very simple. It's not hard to plant these flowers. This is another one for Viola. 148. And this here you can even take and put it in a pot, you all. It won't cost you that much. Just see if you like gardening. Don't spend a lot of money on it. Get a little plant like this, a simple plant like this. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put my camera back down again. But just squeeze the little container to get your flower out. All this right here, I'm going to do the same thing with it. You can loosen this up. See what I'm doing? Stimulate those little roots there. Get them going there. Never take them out of the container and just plant them. Still, you always got to stimulate those roots. Make sure you don't tear them to pieces, though. You know, I've done this for so long, I know how to do it. Just be careful. We're going to line it with some of Miracle Grow. And people say, oh, I don't know how deep to plant it. Plant it. Plant it until you have put it down deep enough until you don't see the roots showing. Like I stated, do not press it down like real hard like that. Don't do that to it. Then take this soil. See what I'm doing? Do it like that. Okay. This one's a little different here. Still got to break it up, you all. You got to break it up. You can't leave it like that. Pull this out. Still got to break it up. I'm not too sure what they have this one in. But yeah, still got to break that from around there. I don't know what that is there, but it's not the roots, you all. Don't think that's the roots, because it's not. Let me take that off. I can even use that. Okay, let's get this stimulated. Okay, yeah. So let's put our soil around here. Can you see? See what I'm... And the only thing you need to do now is just give it just a little water. But I'm not going to give my plants any water because I've already pre-watered them. They was pre-watered early this morning. So that's the thing too, you all. If you're going to plant your plants, make sure you pre-water those plants early in the morning. Because now it's not the time to try to give your plants water. It's not the time to try to give them water. I'm trying to get all the sun here. This time is not the time to give them water. So pre-water them early in the morning. Give them time to drain some. Give them the roots time to absorb some of the water. You know, go up in the leaves and all of that. Okay, you all, this is what we have in the bed. You put your dirt around this lavender. See? You don't want to pack it. So we got the lavender, we got the snapdragons, we got the viola, and we have the petunia. That's what I have in this bed so far. And I have a lot of flower seeds myself. But I just want to I didn't want to plant my seeds too early. I know they grow fast, but this is what you do, you all. This is it. See, it's not hard at all. Not hard at all. It's really easy. It's really easy. Okay, you all, just remember too, some plants need full sunlight and some plants need partial sunlight. These plants here, the instructions states to let them be in full sunlight. For ones that need partial sunlight, you're gonna need to put those plants somewhere where where the sun is not directly beaming down on that plant all the time. So you might need to put those plants somewhere near maybe some trees, some bushes. I say bushes. That's not gonna totally block all the sun out. You might need to do that. Potted plants the same way. If your potted plants do not call for full sunlight, then you know you cannot set them out in full sunlight, you all. You need to sit them somewhere where they will get some sunlight, but not the full exposure to the sun. Okay, just thought I would give you those little gardening tips. This is, like I stated, my videos here. This is for a beginning gardener, and I hope that this video will help you in gardening. You know, even if you want to put it in a pot, just do the same thing I did and just put it in a pot. So I would say, please like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.